Hello, I have arrived. Hello, hello, welcome everyone. Hello, Shahid, hello, Lifeblood, and Beep Boop, hello, Zion647. Thank you for the follow and kick. And I'm immediately blue. How are you guys? Oh, and hello everyone else who may or may not be looking. How is your start of the week on this beautiful Monday? Let me drink some water too. And how was your weekend without me? I'm sorry that I didn't stream on the weekend. Did some stuff that I can't really talk about. It was some off-stream stuff. Making some, making some ends meet by working and making some money to be able to pay my bills and stuff, the usual stuff. Although it's not really the usual stuff, but kind of. So yeah, I canceled the streams on Friday and Saturday. Unfortunately, it's Monday, so yeah, it does feel like a Monday today. Money is good. It is good. Yeah. It's also not that bad. It's kind of fun work, to be honest. But again, I can't. Well, I guess I can. It's not really that I can't talk about it. It's more like there's not much to talk about. It's voice acting adjacent. Let's just say that. But yeah, I won't go into the details too much. Yeah. And other than that, what else did I do? Sounds like a nice gig. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not. It sounded like it's like super well paid or anything. But it's okay. It's definitely still worth doing, but it's not like super well paid. It's not like a real voice acting gig that like pays for voice acting amount. But it's good enough. It's above minimum wage. So that's definitely good for my current living conditions. Also, I feel like I sound different today. Do I sound different? I feel like my voice has gotten lower or something. I don't know. It's weird. It feels weird. Not really. Oh, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because it's been so long since I heard my own voice. Since my SSC opportunity was in the abyss, I didn't hear my human vocal cords that much on the weekend, so maybe it's just that. I don't think voice actors get paid anyway. I don't think that's true. I think voice actors are very well paid. From what I've heard. Usually. They do, but not well, really. Do they? I don't know. It's probably different in different countries, but from what I've heard, from the people that have the same gig, they said they get like paid a lot more on other proper gigs where you have to record in the studio and stuff. But I guess it's like a veterans versus amateurs thing. But I'm pretty sure that like voice acting veterans that have to record in the studio get very well paid. But maybe not. I don't know. I'm not actually in the industry, so I can't tell. If it's in Japan, I would think they do. EU. But I am in Germany, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, but no, I'm not actually a voice actor, so I can't really say anything about that. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. I can only say what I've heard, which is not much. Let's not get Google results, why not? What is the average salary of voice acting in Germany? The average gross salary according to AI, well, it's not really, it doesn't have to be AI. Let's go on this, salaryexpert.com. Average base salary is an hourly rate of 29 euro per hour, which is pretty decent. Entry level 43,000, average 60,000, senior 70,000. It sounds like a software engineering job almost, except that the senior goes like double. But the entry level and the average is pretty much the same as like a software engineering job. Yeah, that's decent, I would say. Alright. Didn't think it would be. Yeah, it does sound like it would be an industry that is very low wage, since most creative industries are very underpaid. Like, you know, VFX artists and like artists in general. So yeah, I do agree that sounds like it would be. But apparently it's not that bad in voice acting, fortunately. But it is a very high skill job as well, so I'm not too surprised. I think it's very hard to get into, since you need like a lot of experience and a really good setup. If you want to work remotely, especially, I think it's probably pretty hard to get into, I would imagine. Yeah, I don't have too much to talk about, so let's just jump into some game dev, I think. Let me see if everything is still working. I'm a little bit scared, because you never know. Oh, that is definitely not working, so good start. Oh, never mind, it is working. Oh, there we go. And then I go back into my corner. And that one. Oh, right, I do have something more to talk about, of course. I actually did the new schedule. I made a new schedule today, which not that much different from last week. But I decided on Saturday we will have our first look into Slay the Spire 2, since Nom Nom was so generous to gift it to me a while back. Definitely have to make use of that. But Mugenics will still be on the menu, I think, because we're only halfway through after 100 hours. But I gotta say, 100 hours seems to be the mark that I spend on most of the games that we do on stream. Because I'm pretty sure both Hollow Knights and Expedition 33 were also around 100 hours of playtime for the full 100% runs. And so it would probably be a good idea to stop here with Mugenics. But I do want to see what's still happening, because I have heard some insane things. Got some spoilers. Well, minor spoilers. But there's like some very interesting characters in the game that I would love to see. And we're right at the point where we go deeper into Act 3, and I think we will actually get to see some of them soon. So we will continue with that, and then on Saturdays I think we'll do either on Saturdays or on Mondays. Probably I'll leave it on Saturdays. But on Saturdays you probably will have a full day of Slay the Spire 2 from now on. Something like that. My scarf is back, yay. Hope you have a pro studio at home to do the voice acting. But it's not, like I said, it's not like really a professional voice acting thing. But as a streamer, I obviously have some recording stuff anyway. So that is good enough for that specific job. Yeah, Nom, you heard your name because I was thanking you again for gifting me the game Slay the Spire 2, which we will play on Saturday. Because today, that is the actual thing I wanted to get to. I made a thumbnail. I made a thumbnail for Slay the Spire, which I didn't have time to do the last 2 weeks or 1 week, 1 or 2 weeks. How long have I been on CashOS now? 2 weeks? Yeah. Like repairing my monitor and setting up CashOS and all that stuff. So I didn't really have time to do thumbnails. But today I did the thumbnail for Slay the Spire, which I think turned out pretty well. So on Saturday we will finally play it. Alright, so where have we been? Last time we were implementing. We are a little bit polishing the Megalon Beam attack. Because I wanted to have like some better charge up animation with the particle effect and stuff. And today I don't even know what I want to do. I guess we will work on the turbulence effects, although that is kind of weird. We might start polishing up everything else. I'm not sure if I want to implement a third ability for Meganom, because it might take some more time again. And there's still so much other stuff to polish up. So I think we should focus on getting the cycle finished this week. That would be really nice. Let me drink some more water. Alright. So, let's see, let me show you what happened last time. Basically, I kinda added an initial directional effects that goes over the entire screen. With the same, like with the particle trail, like the bubbles, reusing the bubbles in a way, but it is kind of buggy. I think it's a good idea to have this. Beep boop. Hello, Herokin, or Herokin. Welcome. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Beep boop. I think it's a good idea to have this in the background. I might put like something over it to smear it so it doesn't like look so bad. I guess it doesn't look terrible, but it's kind of... I want it to be subtle. I want it to be probably not even bubbles, probably something like streaks, just to see where the wind is coming from, or the turbulence or current or whatever you want to call it. And it's also not working very well when we switch, because it's not immediately going, and it's also like it takes a long time to actually change directions. And it speeds up for some reason in the beginning, which doesn't make sense at all, because I'm not even really changing the direction. But yeah, the other thing is the Megalon Beam, as you were seeing earlier, the particle effects that suck in the air or the energy and then blast it. I think that is now good enough. Like, it doesn't look great, but it's good enough to be used, I think, with all the stuff that we have in the game anyway. And with the little time we have to actually polish things up. And I think the Meganom, like the Mini Gnome Swarm, is also shaping up quite well. No, it's just a matter of polishing things up a little bit. And getting everything to fit together well. Tweak the numbers, tweak the different phases, bring it all together into the main game, and then get the plants to be growing, and get like a tutorial for the mini game for lockpicking. Get the reward effect so you can see what you actually get from the lockpick mini game. Make the plants actually grow so you can see when they are fully grown, and then you can harvest them. Many things that still needs to happen. So yeah, we will try to get some of that done today. Hello Alice, welcome, and hello Baptiste. Yep, fish. Hey Baptiste, how are you doing? Nice to see you, I hope you're doing well. It has been a while. Also, do I see like streaks and stuff? I still have no idea. Probably not. I don't know why it worked for like 1 week. It worked for 1 week that I could see everything that happens in Twitch chat. And now nothing. Now it's just working as usual as it was in the past, and I don't see the streaks, I don't see the auto mode, don't see anything. I see chat, is all I need, right? Doing fine, I'm glad to hear that. How's the fish been lately? I am quite well, as usual. Although I feel like my voice is weird today. But I'm healthy and in good moods. I think it was like 1 or 2 days last week where I wasn't in a great mood, but I wasn't in a bad mood either. It was just... I'm usually... I don't know how to describe it. It was just one of those days. Or 2 of those days if you want. But I'm doing great. Your voice sounds the same to me. Yeah, someone else said that too. Maybe it's just me for not hearing my voice over the weekend. It's been so long seeing the game right now, make me confirm that even more. Yep, it has been quite a while. Some days you just don't feel yourself. Exactly. I feel like that was the weekend, kinda. It was basically the summary of my weekend. Not feeling myself, in a way. But it's fine. As it always is. Alright, let's actually get into it. I finally pushed as well today. Finally set up GitHub properly so I can push. I guess the thing that also was annoying last week is that the stream crashed once. And then Steam crashed, so... It's a little bit worrying that there's some weird stuff going on the new operating system. Since I'm now on Crash OS, and there's like some weird things happening that are kind of worrying a little bit. So maybe that was a factor too. Because I still don't know why or how to fix it. I didn't really look into it too much, but I also didn't find anything immediately, so... Yep, I hope it doesn't happen. So now I always have like the resource monitor open. And the funny thing is, if I open the BTOB, it shows me the available amount of RAM at like 12.9 gigabytes, and then the free RAM at like 1.6 gigabytes. So there's a lot of cached RAM. And I'm not sure which one causes the crash. If you run out of free memory and it can't use the cache RAM for some reason, maybe that's what it crashes. Why it crashes. But if I open the actual system monitor, it doesn't even show the cached RAM. So it just shows how much is used, which is 18.4 gigabytes out of 31.3. So at least the available is the same number. So I probably don't have to worry about the cached memory. But if I have like 12 gigabytes available, why would it ever crash? You would think it's like a memory leak or something. But it doesn't really go down. So I don't know. I'm very curious if there's another crash. I would love to see the crash report and like the memory, how it changed over time, or what the amount of memory was when it crashed. But I'm not sure if I will be able to actually see that. But we'll figure it out. Alright. So, which means last time we were working on the particle effect. I think it's in the gameplay thing, any overall gameplay thing here, turbulence particles. And it's currently just a line that extends upwards and then changes the angle based on the angle of the turbulence. And for some reason, it doesn't, like when it changes, it doesn't actually affect the particles instantly, the ones that are already there. I think it's just some settings that we have to tweak. What's hosted on GitHub? Wait, what? What do you mean? A game? It's not well, what do you mean hosted? I'm doing version control in GitHub. But why are you asking? Hello, Misu, welcome. So if I set this to emitting, we can see. Can we see though? I don't see. Oh, I do see. Oh, there's no direction initially. Okay. That makes sense. Let's put it to something though. Initial velocity, let's say x. I can't say x. It just is. That's the wrong direction now. Let's put it to 500. So if I change this, why is it not in a specific direction though? Where's the direction? Isn't it supposed to be a direction value? Oh yeah, this one. If I change this, it should immediately change, but it only affects the new ones. And I'm not sure where to set that. I know in I think it was in Unity, there was some kind of setting that makes them in world space. And I think it was even off by default. So I think in Unity it affects the particles instantly. I don't know where the setting is here though. I think I misunderstood something between GitHub and Memory Leak, and I thought you were hosting something on GitHub. Yeah, no, those things were unrelated, sorry. Yeah, no, the Memory Leak has nothing to do with the GitHub thing. I was just saying that I pushed for the first time in like months. Usually I commit during the stream, and then immediately after the stream, I push. Because that's how you should do it, like, right? Commit frequently, push once a day. But I haven't pushed any of the changes in like, ever since the break, I think. Ever since the development hiatus. Hiatus? Hiatus. I think it's pronounced in English. Yeah, but finally today I pushed. Because everything is set up again. We committed last several months ago. Really. And you have those times to like committed. Not even pushed. So you don't even commit at all. Why are you using a version control system if you don't commit? Now that doesn't make sense. then you don't even need one. I should just Google it. Particle instant change crew. Probably a bad way to search it. Beep boop. Beep boop. Hello, Lala Nib Kia. Welcome. Thanks for the follow and click. Beep boop. My current work project has 0 commits, and I see a little 253 file uncommitted in my VS Code. It scares me a little. I don't know why I don't want it. What are you guys doing? Why do you even have a Git? Like, why did you set up Gits if you're not committing? Like, it doesn't do anything if you don't commit. What are you doing? I don't need it, but how else am I gonna push it when I need to? Classic. It's so annoying. Damn, I would be so scared. I had no life, so I write so much code. I see. But aren't you scared of losing everything if you don't back it up? Or if you have like no version control and then break things? Especially working with AI. Like, if you do some vibe coding, that is very scary without committing anything, because the AI just breaks everything, and then when you tell it to go to revert what it did, it doesn't. Or it like breaks everything else trying to revert it. So if you like vibe code and stuff, definitely should commit. Agree, but I'll never use AI. It's also so annoying. Is it? I don't think. Well, I guess it's a disagreement then. I don't think it's annoying. I think it's kind of fun. Maybe I'm weird. I guess it is a little bit annoying, but it's like organizing folders on like an inventory or something. I like organizing things. Use AI, don't be used by AI. That's a good thing to say. How good is it for larger projects? You mean AI in general? Depends. It depends how good, which model you are using, obviously, and how big the project is and how well structured the project is. If it's like a huge mess of like interconnected files that depend on each other and are not well isolated, and I think AI would probably struggle a lot with it. But the new models like GPT 5.4 and OPEX 4.6 could probably handle it, but it's very expensive. But yeah, the state-of-the-art AI can definitely handle large projects, but it's very costly. It also depends on how good you are at like prompt engineering and like which harness you are using and stuff. I feel like there's so much potential currently, and no one has like really figured out how to utilize AI so it actually does things properly. But there's a couple of people that actually have figured it out, and they are doing crazy stuff every day. I've seen this one guy on stream just waiting for the AI to actually do something, really. I think like the people that actually use it properly have like 5 projects in parallel and then swap between them. And then while one is doing its thing, they swap to the other project and direct it to do the next thing. And then they review in between and stuff like that. So you're like juggling 5 to 10 projects at the same time. And the new vibe coders have one project, put one prompt in, and then wait for like 10 minutes until it does something. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's very interesting how the field is evolving. Probably not good for that legacy type code bases, but for new projects, I do the architecture. AI can do most of the code for you. Yeah, if you like have a new project that you want to do, then it's probably not that bad. But even in legacy code bases, it's difficult because a lot of the quote-unquote legacy code bases are actually like using technology that AI is not very good at. Well, it depends on what you define by what you mean with legacy, right? If it's just legacy React, then sure, AI probably can handle that. But if it's like a real company thing, where they use like SAP and like content management systems, like some obscure and weird backends and stuff, I think I would probably struggle with that because there's not a lot of training data for it. Like all the front-end stuff, like all of the front-end frameworks like React, Angular, and that stuff, probably the easiest for AI to figure out. But when you get to things that are usually deeply integrated with a bunch of, I don't know, WebAssembly things and like actual Java, maybe even, well, I guess Java would probably be not that bad, but I don't know. It's difficult to say, but there's like some weird things in legacy code bases. And mostly big code bases are also a huge mess that got worse and worse over time, so it gets harder and harder. If it has access to all the files that contain all declarations of the project. Yeah, I'm not sure. The problem is that AI sometimes doesn't know that if you touch that insert legacy thingy, it will shut down so much stuff related but not in that code base. Yeah. There's definitely, the internet is held together by duct tape, basically. So both humans and AI struggle with that, I think. What was I doing? Right, looking up the particular thing. What is this? Okay, it's something else. Instant velocity change of already spawned articles. Hoodoo. I also don't really feel like trusting the AI to write code. Like, you don't have to trust it. You can review the code. Coding is fun for me. If I outsource it, why do I do it in the first place? I guess, yeah, people have different goals. Some people just want to make something without worrying about how to make it, and other people just enjoy the process of making things. But you can do both. Like, you can enjoy both. But you can also, if you don't enjoy one or the other, then don't do it, I guess. So yeah, it's different for everyone, for sure. You cannot directly modify anywhere, no. Let me search this properly. I don't know what to do with this right now. Let's see. Oh, you don't see it? Only I see it. just talking to AI is so irritating sometimes, so it has gotten much better. Yeah, I do agree on that. It is infuriating. I don't know, I'm usually a very, very chill person. I don't get, like, I'm usually very patient. And don't really get angry at people. But when I talk to AI, I get so, well, not really, I don't really get mad, like actually mad, like raging or anything. But like I'm very, very, how do you say that? I type as if I was. I talk to it as if I was very angry, like screaming at it. It's like if I was talking like that to a human, I would probably be thrown into jail or something. I'm like an abusive. It's like an abusive marriage. It is very, very interesting how the human mind shifts when talking to AI that lies to you and gaslights to you the entire time. It's still wrong, produce the same output. No, it's still wrong, fix it for God's sake, average AI conversation. Exactly! Yeah, it is really weird. Like, it's very, very frustrating. And I feel like it's, like, for me, I feel like it has gotten better for a little bit, and now I feel it's getting worse again. Because every time you get like a new model and you think, oh, this one is actually good. This one is actually doing the thing I want. This one is actually understanding what I want. And then after using it for a while, your expectations rise. And then it does the same thing, but in like a different way or at different times. And then it's the same thing again. I feel like it really linked to the big debate with Gen AI in general. Do you prioritize the results or the process to get there? There wasn't a comment to the earlier thing. Is it possible, that you are like 5 minutes behind? Are you looking into the past of the stream? Or did it just take some time to think about that? But yeah, it's true. There's like a lot in the AI debate that gets lost in the source, and I feel like people are focused a lot on the process, that people should enjoy the process and stuff, which I probably would agree in some ways, but I feel like people are demonizing the notion of just wanting results. Even though, in my opinion, I think you can get human results even when you are using AI to skip the process, because you're still the director, right? You still have the creative vision, and you're just the process is the thing that you are trying to skip. And I feel like it's a lot. It is similar to like directing movies and stuff like that. That the director has the vision, and the process is like directed by the director, who is like telling people what to do, and they do it. But ultimately, the result is still an accumulation of like human creativity. Like everyone involved in a movie, like the people that make the music and the people that like are acting and stuff, they still contribute to the final creative output. So it is still different. So the process obviously matters. But at the same time, if you don't have the resources and you are like an individual that likes to work alone and that likes to like make something, or like you want to bring your vision to life with the tools you have, then I think AI can be a really good tool. And it's not necessarily, in my opinion, a bad thing to try and bring your creative vision to life with AI, even if you are using it every step of the way. So I think there's like a lot of negativity for people that are trying to do that. Which is understandable in some ways and not understandable in others. I think one of the things that like contribute a lot to this negative perception, and I think it's even getting more negative over time at the moment. I feel like the hate towards AI is growing. And one thing that contributes to that is that everyone is just calling it AI, right? So everything is AI. So people aren't making the distinctions between the different types of AI. So every negative thing that happens that is related to AI, regardless of in which field, kinda contributes to the negative notion that is, like, that accompanies it, kind of. So it's kind of difficult to get the clear distinctions of how people use it into the public eye, because it is a nuanced discussion, and I feel like it's reduced a lot to like a binary thing. I may have some delay, but I don't think 5 minutes. Twitch CDN and probably a lot of delay between my chair and my screen. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just a little bit worried because I think I don't really see it myself a lot, but I think subscribers have the ability to like have live replay, and you can technically turn it back to a previous time in the stream. Or do I have it disabled? I might have it disabled. I might only have it on YouTube. Oh, let's see. Local coordinates. Oh, I was looking on my second screen too much. I really need to drill some holes to get the third screen up. Because my neck hurts from looking to the right too much. Or I should not get distracted by chat so much. Or I should actually put the browser on the stream, so I don't have to look to the right to research things. Yep. On Twitch, if you pause the stream, it won't jump to live if you subbed. Sometimes I do watch the delayed version, really. Wait, so is it on my stream as well? Because I'm not sure. Yeah. It is? Alright, good to know, thank you. Because I don't know if I ever asked. Because I can't see it myself, which is weird. I can't actually do that when I watch my own stream, I think. Yeah, I can't do that. Actually, I can. Never mind, I can. Oh, I feel like it's more hidden than on YouTube. It's like the button on the right. On YouTube, it's like next to the play button, basically. Interesting. Which I think makes more sense. It makes more sense to have it right next to the play button. Like it is very unnoticeable all the way on the right. Squirrel! How dare you make me squirrel? Alright, let's see. Local coordinates. Is it somewhere in here? Wait, can I actually filter? I think it has to be in script. It might only be available in the script itself. Wherever that might be. Gameplay. Particles. Wait, what? Is it used on the boss? Oh yeah. So it is process material. Why is it not only particle materials? Particle process material. I don't think there is any rule. So AI was lying to me yet again. Let's just check the wiki or the actual documentation. There's so many things on this. I don't know where you said that. Maybe you just have to refresh it as well. Actually, let me set up the private browser to go through the actual docs. No. Also, I still haven't figured out why the music player is desyncing. So every time I sing along or hum along to the music, it's probably like off by 10 seconds. Something like that. Maybe not that extreme, but multiple seconds before. Using AI for Voodoo, I think is awesome. You need something, you ask AI, you get a very decent answer. Or if you know how to do everything you'd want, it's not as useful. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I think about that yet. There's some cool, like, I think I have done some scripts with AI already. But so far I haven't gotten great results. Okay. So is the documentation? I don't know why the search is so weird. They kind of changed the search because it was extremely slow. So that is definitely an improvement, but I don't know why it's so wide. Like, why is it not the same color as the docs? Yeah, GPU particles. Why does it immediately jump to physics interpolation? Where's the actual documentation for just the GPU particles? There's a link here for GPU particles, but there's no link here. I think it's... What's it called? GPU particles 2D. GPU particles 2D. There we go. Tutorials, particle systems. There we go. Particle nodes. Process material, texture, blah blah blah. I'm sure they have something about it, right? Time parameters. Nope. Particle systems begin with the zero particles emitted, then start emitting. This can be an inconvenient when loading time. Pre-processes used to let the particle system process a given number of seconds before it's actually drawn. I don't think we need that. Although it does sound a little bit like it. But you would have to pre-process the next state, kind of, which doesn't make sense. Textual delta calculation, which has a smoother particle display. Local coordinates. By default, this option is off. It means that the space and is not relative to the node. If the node is moved, existing particles are not moved if enabled. It does say local coordinates. Where's the setting though? What the hell? How did I not find it? Huh? There's no local coordinates. Am I blind? Am I actually blind? I might be blind. Particle flags. No. It's so weird. Like, wouldn't it show up when I try to filter? Like, if I search local, it finds the scale and the color curves. Like, what is happening? Oh, that's the resource. It's different. What? It's there. It's right there on drawing. Yeah. Why doesn't it? Okay. Guru, devs, if you're here, if you search something, if you filter something, why would it not extend the thing that you're searching? Why would it hide it? Skill issue, I guess. Sorry, AI didn't lie to me. That's fine then. I apologize. Also, my nose is itching. I think I gotta sneeze. I'm not sneezing. You are hard to make, what can I say? I guess so. But that should do the trick. Also, there's an ad upcoming and I need to sneeze. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and fill up my water, so I'll be right back. See you in a couple minutes, chat. Oh, the back. Welcome back. Welcome back, chat. Alright, where were we? Particles. But every time local also, every time it changes, it should immediately switch, right? Let's see. Luminosity. I should use the filter more often, it's very responsive. And it doesn't. It doesn't actually feel like it does the thing that I thought it would do. Wait, doesn't local mean that it actually changes instantly? Particles use the parent's node coordinate space. Oh, so if I move the entire system, they move it there. Oh, wait, isn't that insane? I guess I could just overlay it and then rotate the entire system. Like have it fixed. I guess that is probably a better way to do it. I just have the particles already spawned in. And then I just rotate the particle system. That probably makes a lot more sense. So let's take the spawn line and make it an actual rectangle that covers the entire thing. And so what was that? It's a shape. Yeah, it is already a box. I made it a line because I thought it would be cooler if it comes from the side. I think we're just gonna make it a box that is as large as the entire screen. So 2560 to 1440. And then we center it, which is a reset on the transform. Nope, it is a 1280, 720. Oh. Why are they disappearing and then reappearing? Or am I seeing that wrong? Why are they appearing? Wait, is that too large? Why is it twice as big? I thought the canvas was 2560 by like 1440. Why is it so much larger? Is it scaled? I don't think it is. Also, can I even do it like this? Because we have to be able to rotate it if I want to do it like this. And it is kind of going outside. So maybe I make a square. We could maybe even do a circle. Would probably make more sense. Yeah, let's make it a circle, and then the radius is the diagonal part. Where is it? Yeah. I feel like it's so hidden. I don't know what's happening. Are my eyes getting worse? Let's make it a sphere surface. Or is it just sphere? Why would it be a sphere? Why can't it be a circle? Oh, maybe ring. Maybe do ring and then have 0 in a ring. Uh, what's that a thing? Or does it only go to 1,000? I guess it could state it as well. Oh god. Yeah, 2. Why does it still feel weird? Because it doesn't actually... It grows when it goes to the right, that's the problem. It should already be large. How large does it have to be? Let's put it to... probably 1.4, right? No? 1.5? And then... that should be fine. It's so weird that I have to make this 1,000 cap. And then... save that. Make it not emit. And then in the script, we go here. And instead of changing the velocity, which probably should be by default. Okay, wait. It should have the same default vector rotation thing that the turbulence also has, which is 180 rotation, right? What is it? Where is the turbulence anyway? Turbulence is by default 180. So it points to the right by default, and then 180 points to the left. Which means I want the initial velocity to go to the right and then rotate it by 180 as well. Which should be 1, 0. And then the scale should grow faster and become less big. Let's make it jump faster. And become less big. Like this. Wait, I don't need this extra point, right? I can just make this, you know. It's good to me. So this is 2. I don't know why I can't set this to 2. Set it to 2, there you go. You know. Save that. This is gonna be 2 as well. Oh, that's why. It was 2.1 for some reason. And then... rotation. Rotation is gonna be 180. And then we just have to set the rotation. So it kinda overcomplicated it last time. Process material. I don't even need the process material at all. I guess we are speeding it out. But it would only be... the velocity. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't. But the velocity is gonna be the same, and we don't do the directional. And we rotate the entire system, which would be turbulence particles, rotation, turbulence rotation, turbulence angle, rotation degrees. Don't do the same mistake again. Always use degrees when you're working degrees. You're working with angles. Okay, understood. Wait, it crashed. No, it didn't crash. Wait, did it actually like load some shadows or something? Why are we speeding up? I don't get it. How did that hit me? See, there's like a couple particles just speed up. Everything else is fine. It doesn't make any sense. What are we doing? We changed the turbulence to strength and direction. And then we use the strength based on the mini storm coefficient times 2 times strength, which is particle speed. And then we set both velocity min and max. Do I have to set the max first? Because otherwise it's doing weird stuff. But then when it starts emitting, does it do that when it starts emitting in general? There's no way. Oh, it just turns on at the same speed. That's so weird. Maybe I have to have the max and min. Well, let's see if this already worked. It doesn't make a lot of sense because it's not even emitting yet. Like, do I even turn off the emission? Is it because I'm setting the emission to emitting again? Even though it's already emitting? That why? No, they still speed up. Even the first one. What do you mean? Emitting. What the hell? Do I have to set emitting to false first to make sure that it doesn't behave weird? But it doesn't even make sense. Because it's only emitting after everything is set. How can it be speeding up like that immediately? I'm so confused. No, it still does it. I don't know if you even see that, chat, because it's so small. It's as if there's a second particle system that briefly shoots particles that are faster for no reason. I hate that. Wait, I said it to true. False. It's all in this one function. Wait, is it set in the actual gameplay somewhere? No. How? I use Arch, by the way. So do I! Hello, entrant. Zero. Welcome. I use Arch, by the way. Me too. Started using it recently, so I can finally say that too. Let us see one more time. Because my eyes are kind of strained recently. I'm not entirely sure why. But sometimes when I wake up, it still doesn't. Sometimes when I wake up, my eyelid is stuck. My eyelid is stuck on my eyeball. When I open it, it hurts and feels like it's ripping my cornea. And it's probably not a good thing. Oh god, it's stuck. Yeah, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Which game engine? Godot. It is Godot engine with proof you use Arch. Is it proof enough? I guess I could show you another thing. But I'm always a little bit scared that showing my local IP will pose some danger. There you go, Cache OS. You can see it. Really, it shouldn't be an issue showing my local IP, but still. Well, I don't really worry that much, but you never know. Godot engine with the GD script is what we are using here. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Every time it turns on, it briefly speeds up for some reason. Even though the initial velocity is the same every time. But is it 500? Maybe if I set this to 0 again. Maybe that's the reason. That it starts at 500. And then it's briefly at 500 even though we overrode it. Maybe you're supposed to set a new process material to override the old one instead of modifying the current one. I think this will already fix it. Because it should not move at all. And then start moving. Maybe that's also not what we want. Or maybe I should... No, it still does it. What? What is happening? Yeah, it's like twice the speed at the beginning. What the hell? Maybe is it because of the turbulence? What if I turn off turbulence? Because that's the only thing I can think of that would change it. Ow. It still does it! I don't understand! Why? What if I didn't change anything? Does it still do it? What if I just didn't do anything and just turn it on? But I guess then we also change the turbulence, but not the particle system. Okay. I'll just stand still, which is supposed to. And it still stands still when I hit him, which it is supposed to. So what if I change the initial velocity in the ground truth, which is the velocity here, put that to 500, and then only rotate it. I really should speed up the process and actually start in the final phase. And as usual, I'm not gonna implement a proper testing system. Now it works. Why does it jump? It feels weird. It looks like it jumps. Oh. It looks like it abruptly jumps, like turns off and on. Oh, because of the... because the rotation is instant. And the direction change wouldn't be. Like if you change the velocity direction, it's not instant. But if you rotate it, it is. Which looks weird. So maybe we shouldn't rotate it after all. It's still weird though. It's still weird. Because if we now change the speed, like it's currently not doing it. So just the speed change, the velocity change, makes it move faster. Why? Also, I don't think we have to start emitting again. Maybe that's also an issue. Yeah, we shouldn't rotate it though. Let's try to not rotate and instead change the direction. Which would be the turbulence vector. So it would be direction equals... No. It would be particle material and then particle material... I don't know why I'm not just reverting the thing we had. Direction equals... And that is gonna be the gameplay turbulence normalized. I'm blue. Tabadi tabadai. Wait, why did it crash? Infinite assignment of direction. Oh, that's the vector thing. Wait, what do we even have now? It was vector 3, direction x, direction y, 0. I guess it would do the same. Oh, is that why? Well, no, it can't be. Can't be. But we have to normalize it, it's the problem. So it would be normalized. And why does it say direction? Where did the direction come from? Oh, do we have the direction? Oh. Oh. Never mind. Is it already normalized? Yes. Kind of. But not really. It's not guaranteed, apparently. So maybe I should normalize it. Because it said it's roughly 1, but not guaranteed. So you should normalize it. And then it would be vector 3, direction x, direction y, 0. Well, I'm back. Hello back, I'm Kohari. Welcome back. I'm font now. You can just change who you are like that. Why is it working now? Because I'm not changing the speed, I guess. Wait, why is it not changing the puppets that are already there? I thought it would. No, it doesn't, because we're not actually moving it. What would I do then? I guess you can't really. You kinda can if you move. So I can't actually affect the particles that are already there unless I'm moving the actual particle system. Which is weird, to say the least. Because I would have to make it longer and then make it move from that direction and then loop. Like jump back. We could have like 2 rolling particle systems that like jump to the place that the other one stopped at. But that is so weird. At that point I can just make a texture. I don't need a particle system at all. Which I guess would be the better way to do it anyway. Make a texture and then make it loop over the screen. I think I'm not gonna. It's too much work. Although maybe what if I just opened Kid Studio Paint and made the texture. What if I did that? Apparently in this day and age, yes. I guess you're from now then. I'm still Kohari though. For now. Alright, let's try this. Flashbang! Let's make it background black, so you don't have to be flashbang that much. And then... how are we gonna do that? Do I just do droplets? Oh god, it's lagging so much. Let's have an eye on the RAM usage. For some reason, I have more RAM than I started with. Even though I have more programs running, we now have more RAM available than at the beginning of the stream. So what if I just did this? And then we take fingertip smearing and smear them to the left. That didn't work. Why is it not working? Right now it's working, kinda. Oh, I didn't put it on a normal layer. It's unfortunate because now I have to redo it. I can't copy it over because I would copy the background as well. Okay, let's try it again. Make the background black and then make a new layer with particles. And then take the droplets, make them white. That's too many. Like that? Is that too many? It might be. Really not. Maybe it's not like that. I can't scale them though if we import them. Okay, what happens if I smear them though? Oops. Oh god. I don't like that. Uh-oh. I don't like how that looks. What if I just scaled them instead? In one direction. That doesn't work. Wait, why not? Why can't I make this non-uniform? Why is it so weird? Three transform. No? Scale? Huh? Oh. Is it? What is happening? Yeah, why is it scaling uniform? I don't want that. That wasn't the default in the past. Now I can't do it at all? What is going on? What if I liquefy? Oh, liquefy won't do it either. I'm so confused. Free. Doesn't work. I think it's an issue with Linux. I think Linux can't handle, or the wine can't handle the transform if it's not set to the default. Okay, let's try it differently then. Let's try fingertip blending, but why is it doing it so weirdly? I feel like it's not supposed to smear it like that. I feel like it's supposed to do it differently, but I don't know why. Gonna stretch. Oh, what the hell? So weird. I feel like it's disappearing too much. But that can be fixed if I just duplicate it, right? There you go. Some of them look really weird though. I don't like that. Wait, how do I... Oh. Just have to be more granular in my approach. Smear them one by one. And probably get rid of the ones on the side. So we can actually hold that properly. And then... it's too bunched up. Like, we could also make them wavy a little bit. Because why not? Yes, why wouldn't we? Bro, it looks more like wind now than water. I think it's fine though. And then... I don't like how there's so many over here. Get rid of some of them. Do you think it will work? It might. Might actually work. Let's leave it subtle, actually. Alright, let's try exporting just this layer. And hide my photo structure and stuff, even though there's not much to hide. I just want to get used to all of my data to make sure that I'm not leaking anything. I don't think there's anything on my system that I can leak. But I still want to get used to it a little bit more before I show everything. Before you can see me fully, chat. Let's call it assets. Now, game des assets. And then this will be airflow texture. And then we export as PNG and save it in Ubuntu Itagi assets splice and call it turbulence. Although it is the wrong resolution, I just realized. But that's fine, it won't look terrible, I think. Maybe. Alright. And then it should show up here. Oh. Turbulence. Oh, I got the other one turbulence fight as well. Oops. Look at that. That almost looks professional. And I didn't even use AI for it. Can you believe it? Scale it. Was scaling again? Oh. Why is it scaling so weirdly? Oh god. What is happening? Let's put that at... what is the current one? Transform. Position 1280, 720, and then the scale will be 1.5, 1.5, and then instead of using the particles, as I keep them for now, just in case it doesn't actually look good. But if we now take this and copy it to the right, if I... Actually, I'm not happy about this. I'm already not happy about it. Cause I don't know. It might work. It might work. Maybe we should make a custom system. Just make a new scene. New scene. And this is gonna be called Turbulence VFX. And this is gonna have a sprite. Oops. Sprite. It's gonna be turbulence. And then this is centered. And then I guess you would put a script. Let's save it. And this is gonna be scripts, no, scenes. AC4. Actually, maybe I should put it in core. Maybe I should call it something else. Let's say Meganom Turbulence VFX. And then EAC4. And then it does need to rotate. I think we need 4. We need a total of 4 to be able to loop it. Because if it rotates and then moves down, it needs like some that cover the side as well at the back. Oh god. Why am I making a new completely, like an entirely new system or something like that? And we would copy this and then have it side by side. It doesn't even cover it. So we do want to make it large, probably. And then there's a second one and there's one behind. That is so weird. And I hate it. If it was only one direction, it would be easy. We could just loop the one and then spawn another one behind it. Can you copy? I think you can. I think you can just clone it in the script, right? But this is the... It just says sprite. Make a script. Save it in scripts. And then class name. I don't know why I always do that, but I feel like it is good practice. And then we don't need ready. Now let's just try it. So we call this export sprites place. Now sprite is fine. Assign it. And then we get sprite clone 1. No, sprite clone 2, sprite clone 3. And all of these will be sprites as well. Boop, boop, boop. And then it's gonna be also get rid of these things. The pass can stay. And then we say sprite clone equals sprite clone. Copy. Instancing it. How do we copy? I thought there was a copy thing. Good Eve, just got home from the meeting. How is thee? Hello Zako, and thee is well. How is thee? How are you doing, Zako? Double screen support, pew pew, thank you. I hope you had a good weekend, my little taco. Yeah, I'm doing well. I had a good weekend. I did some stuff that I was talking about at the start of the stream. Some off-stream work stuff, which I guess kind of went well. Not as well as I hoped, but well enough. And it's kind of still ongoing. Like, I can keep working on it. And I plan to do like an hour a day, which is, I think, gonna be good. It comes in batches, in a way. So it's kind of limited time. But I think I can, like, do it once in a while, every once in a while. Keegan, is it a game yet? Long time no see, Keegan. Hello, nice to see you. It is more of a game than it was in the past. But unfortunately, we did have quite a long break, as you might be aware of. But we're picking up pace recently again. So cycle 4 is not too far away, and after that, we might release more cycles faster, probably. And a bit busy, unfortunately, and I get that that's all sorted now at least. Yeah, for now it is. Although we're already almost reaching the halfway point of not being sorted again. But we still have a couple months to figure things out, so for now it's fine. How do I copy this? I thought there was a copy thing in Godot. Copy. What do we call it? Copy scene element in Voodoo. Oh, duplicates. It was duplicate. Duplicate, there we go. I don't know which flag, so we just duplicate regularly. And then duplicate the other ones as well. I'm doing. There you go. And then, why is this complaining? And on process, we take the gameplay, which is probably injected. So, wait, did we have a thing that lets you get the gameplay? I don't think so. Like, was it does it have an instance? No, it was not static. We did use static in some cases, like the, what's it called? The pattern where you have a static instance that is probably available. Happy Monday. Hello, Alien. Happy Monday to you too. I hope you had a good weekend as well. And a good start into the week. Gameplay ESC4. And then this is gonna be gameplay turbulence, which is the vector. So it's gonna be the vection equals normalized. And then that should be, I guess you do have to take it every time. Alright, but not every frame. I guess it's not that big of a deal, that's fine. And then the sprite position is gonna do minus equals Also, we need the strength as well. So this is gonna be strength, turbulence, length, and then position plus equals strength. But it has to be a local right vector. I don't know if we have to do like matrix multiplication stuff, or if it's moving locally anyway, based on the rotation. But I have a feeling that we do have to take a local right vector, which we have done before. Somewhere. I think it's X form. Some kind of X form thing. X form. Hope all is going well. I've been playing Workers and Resources Soviet Republic all weekend. What a game. Workers and Resources Republic. Wait, Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. That sounds interesting. And let me have a quick look. Just a quick look on my second monitor just to get an idea. Is it just some kind of resource management strategy game? Workers and resources. Oh, is it like Factorio? No, it's 3D. It's like SimCity. Is it like SimCity? Oh yeah, it looks exactly like SimCity. Pretty much. Oh, I haven't played SimCity in like, I don't know, centuries? Probably centuries. Feels like it. Strength times direction times delta. And then it is half the screen. So if it starts, let's say it starts on the right side of the screen. Oh god. Hello, how are you? Hello, King. Welcome. I'm great. How are you? How was your weekend? And how was your start into the week? So, I think the idea would be that we spawn it at the right side of the screen, but the entire thing in the center. And then the sprite moves, well, it's probably set like angled on the right, on the left, and then it moves in here. Then the second one spawns right next to it, moves in too. And I think like ideally, they both cover the entire thing. So we definitely need to increase the size. So this one will be from 0. The sprite scale. The offset will be half its scale. Half its sizing. Which is, what is it, 1920? So it's 880? 960? Yeah. And then position is 0. The scale is 2. I guess 1.5 is enough. And then by the time it reaches the left side of the screen, the second one spawns on the right side. And then when it leaves the screen, it jumps back. I like SimCity, but I haven't played it in a decade plus. This one is much more in-depth from what I remember in SimCity to be, but I'm hooked. Yeah, I mean, SimCity has been, I don't know when it came out, like 30 years ago or something. So I can only imagine that a game that came out 2 years ago would be more in-depth. Definitely curious. I would probably have fun with that too. Really tired for no apparent reason. I'll probably go to sleep early tonight. That is a good idea. Catch up on some sleep. Hingle. I feel like I caught up on sleep a little bit too on the weekend. Although I don't really have trouble sleeping much. So most of the time I sleep pretty good and a good amount as well. Super Nintendo SimCity was peak. Did I play it on the Super Nintendo? I think I played it on Windows 98 or something. Maybe Windows XP. Probably Windows XP. I don't know when it came out on the PC, but I'm surprised that it even was on the Super Nintendo. I didn't even know that. I thought it only came out on the PC. Wait, but there was multiple, right? Which SimCity did I play? Probably SimCity 2000 or something? I have no idea which one I played. I think 2000 was the one. Wow, there's no way for me to remember that. No, that doesn't look right. Actually, does it? It might look right. Which one was the main one? Like the popular one? Last colony builder I played was Surviving Mars, but it was fairly easy. Is it Surviving Mars? Wait, is it a colony builder as well? Surviving Mars? Surviving Mars. Also, why is this already... Like, why is this always opening on the wrong side of the screen? I thought Surviving Mars was a survivor game. Oh, wait, that looks awesome. Why is it mixed? Did they have some kind of controversy? It looks really cool. Oh, I remember! There was a controversy, actually. Did we talk about this before? I'm pretty sure they were the ones that have, like... that re-released the game. Like, they replaced the game in a way that the old one is no longer playable, and then you had to repay for it. I think they removed the game from the Steam store and then relaunched it. So everyone who had the game had to rebuy it. Something like that. I think we talked about this before. Also, there's an ad coming up, but I will be here. See you soon. Well, I will continue, but the people that have ads. Unfortunate. Get some protection. There is solutions out there. Wink wink. Alright. Back into the script we go. So now one of the sprites covers the entire screen. And two should cover it diagonally. So one of them moves based on the rotation. So it's gonna be sprites rotation series equals gameplay turbulence angle. Oh. Wait, could I just take... I probably could just take the angle if I don't take the degrees. And then by the time it leaves the screen, so if sprite position oh god. Another good one is Timberborn. I like that one too. I saw a little bit of Timberborn. It looked really cool. It feels like it was. It looked like. It looked like they are billions without zombies. without threats at all. Well, it's not really. But it looked like a fun survival. Like there's this sub-genre of city builders or colony sims that is not just colony sim. Well, no, colony sim is the wrong word because that would be more like RimWorld and Oxygen not included, right? But there's like this sub-genre of city builders that have survival elements in them instead of just building a city and being limited by resources and stuff. And it feels like that. Like Frostpunk. Frostpunk with beavers. Kind of. Survival and hazard aspect like Frostpunk. Exactly! You get it. Alright. If the position difference is larger than the screen size, I think that is how I should calculate that. No, larger than the sprite size. Okay, so it's gonna be initial position equals, I guess it's 0. Is it? It would be. I think it is. So it's the position. The distance to 0. Wait, do we calculate the distance? Because the position is not. Actually, it is a vector. The position is a vector, so it should already be the distance. So it's the length. The length of the vector. If the length of the position vector is larger than the sprite width, get rect with x expands. Wait, what is that? Get area x. How does it work? What is get rect? Number of rows? No. Region of the atlas texture to this plane. Or region rect. Like where's get? Oh yeah. Boundary and local coordinates. It is a vector. What can we get from that? Can I get the width? Size. Size and then x. I think. Size x. And then it jumps back to 0. Like to 0. That's what it is. Can I run just this? Probably. Run scene. Invalid access turbulence. Alright. Because you don't have the game. Okay, that's fine then. Just put it into the game. Turbulence. Also rename it. Meganom turbulence VFX. The names are getting quite long. Put that there. Also, did I have the turbulence particles as a separate theme? No, it's kind of worrying. I'm not sure yet if I want to delete that. Let's make it invisible. Let's see. It should already be visible, I think, in the original without entering the final phase, because it's in the gameplay now. We have it immediately enabled. It's not moving, and I'm not able because there's a bug. Admitted access to turbulence and base nil. Oh, because it's not set. I guess I do have to integrate it then. Put that in, Like, could I put this on the boss now instead of on the player? No, because the boss is moving. Put it here. Export. Wait, there's a underscore missing. Well, because VFX is written in large letters as well. And then assign it. And then final phase. Wait, when does it start? I guess I just do it already to the distant. Maybe I'm not here starting. Put it here to test it. Gameplay equals this. What was it? 7. And then it would probably still run into an error, no? Because it instantiates earlier. I could make it a resource and instantiate it manually. Probably a better way to do it. So delete that. And then make it a resource. And then set the resource. And then Meganom, Silver, Meganom, Turbulence, VFX, EAC 4, instance equals instantiate. Then the names are getting way too long, I don't like that. Do I usually put the thing on the second line? Probably. And then there is gonna be turbulence VFX. Hang on. Yeah. Oh god. And then the instance gets the gameplay to self. And then we say add child. Surely this will work right off the bat. There we go. At least it spawned. It's not moving, but it did spawn. It might be too slow. So it's just multiplied by 1,000 just to see what happens. It is still not moving. Does plus equals even work on positions? Should I do move towards? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you can't do this because this resets it and it's not correct, I guess. Because this should definitely move the way it is right now. Actually, no, it shouldn't because the turbo detector is 0. Yeah, we have to... I don't know. I think it's working. I think it's working already. We just have to go and do the fun things. Because currently the detector is 0. There. I died. Okay. It disappeared. Huh. Let's do plus equals 10 to test it. Like to... Wait a minute. Strength times direction. Is it moving out of the screen? Do I have to do minus? But the vector is pointing to the left, so you add the vector. Also, the initial position should probably not be where it is currently. It should be at the screen center right. So we could do sprite position equals screen, no, get viewport vect. How do we do that usually? How do we do that? Get viewport, get visible vect. Get viewport, get visible vect. Oops. What's happening? Size X. Position X. And then position Y is size Y. And then we duplicate them. So now it starts at the right center. Divided by 2. So the right center, and then it moves into the direction. And then we don't check. Wait, no, it should be sprite, it should be self. Well, no, it's fine. And then when the sprite position crosses the... I guess this will get more complicated then. But it's fine, let's do position X equals position X minus 10, just to test it. What does that do? Vector twin int. What? What do you mean? Huh? What is complaining now? It didn't complain earlier. It is not an integer. It is a vector. The direction is 2. It's a float. Why would it even complain? These are they don't have a type. What do you mean? Even it operates vector twin int. What? Oh, is it because of the normalized? No. Then what? What is going on? Why wasn't it complaining before? I didn't change anything on here. What is happening? complaining. No, now it's not complaining. Huh? What the hell? Is going on? What? Wait, what? If I comment that out, it complains? Why? I was reading the wrong thing! There was no error. It's just that we didn't use delta. God damn it. Let's just say position sprite position x minus equals 10 times delta, sure. Let's say 100,000 if we multiply by delta to get rid of the warning. Why are you not complaining? I can't put numbers. Yeah, it's fine. City, hurry. Need some bongo. Wait, why is the bongo not showing? Oh, you're not stopped anymore. Oops. I thought I had an error on my thing. There we go. Look at that. It's moving. Alright, so it is working, kind of. Now we have to figure out... I guess it would already be working, right? Although it's spawning now on the right, so maybe not. Let's just see what happens. So just stop moving and then jump back. Ow. Should I put like a soundboard style thing for us as well? Do you want the meme sounds in chat to trigger? No subway out Sage. It's fine. Surely, eventually, someone will be generous enough. Or maybe Twitch Prime? Twitch Prime? Do you have Twitch Prime? Oh, you don't have to sub. You can use the 70B emotes. Maybe I should make like a budget on some bongo with the chill guy. We do have the 70B bongo. You don't need an Kohari to bongo. Where is it? There can only be one bongo. Oh, I'm taking the X. I think I can't take the length. I have to take the X here just to test it. And let me do the X here too. That is just strength times delta. I think it might be moving too quickly. Yeah, this one. The regular bongo is very cute as well. I got a new card that I haven't activated yet, so I can't even sub. You will survive, Lifeblood. You can survive on Kohari without the bongo. I believe in you. You have survived the weekend without me. You can live without the Kohari bongo. My laziness betrayed me. Unfortunate. My credit card is actually running out this year as well. I just remembered. Which is unfortunate. Because there's a possibility that I won't get a new one. Given my current financial situation. I didn't even think of that. I think I might be in trouble. Because I was using that for essential things a little bit. But I still have some time, it's fine. By the time it runs out, I would have to have figured out my financial situation anyway. Why is it not moving? I can see it in the left corner. I'm confused again. Because even if it's set to 0, it won't actually be... Should I just do X is null? Or 0, I guess. Didn't you talk about credit card debt? Kohari singing the Family Guy song? Family Guy! Wait, what's in the Family Guy song? Regarding credit card debt. Yeah, I do utilize the credit card for certain things. But the credit card debt is shrinking. So, you know, it's looking up. It might actually be credit card debt free in like 1 or 2 months. The credit card debt song in Family Guy? I don't think I remember that. Or I don't know if I've seen it. I probably did. I saw a lot of Family Guy. But nothing comes to mind right now. And it is moving. Moving very slightly. Let's put that times 100. Oops. It's probably even gonna look terrible once it's working. Look at that, it's moving. Wait a minute. Oh, I know why it speeds up so much. I just remembered that every time we hit him, it actually speeds up a lot for a little bit to push back the player. That's why. So we have the same issue. So didn't he have to do the last 1.5 hours or something? Because it's the same issue. Although it probably will look better with the texture anyway and be more performant as well. Why is it rotated? Right. So I want to make it move in the correct direction. So let's put that to times direction, and then without the X, and then with the length, and then with the without the X, and then vector to 0. Ow. Ow. Oh. I can't see it now. Where is it? Maybe I should make it based on the X position in general. So if the X position is small or 0, and then we move it to X0 again. No. Is it even... Oh, that's the starting position. I can't move it to 0. I have to move it here. Let's say... initial sprite position. Or... let's say initial position. Or position initial. Because it's easier to work with. Vector 2. And then position initial X. Position initial Y. And then position sprite equals position initial. And then here we do position initial as well. There we go. Maybe that was the issue. I didn't even have to do the X0 thing. So let's try it again. Length plus model. Length. Why would it be length? Oh, because I'm thinking... oh, that can't be right. No, it would be position... now it would be minus position initial. If the difference... like, I can do distance, right? Distance. Distance to position initial larger the sprite rect size X. That should do it. Surely. Because if the distance is larger than the width, then it jumps back. What? Boring. That will look weird, probably. I think the particle system might be a better approach. I should have probably replaced the actually, it doesn't look too bad. It's jumping too extremely low. Why is it not spawning at the right side? The 0 should be... wait, did I take the wrong position? No, this is right position. It's right position. And I am moving the sprite to the right side. Oh, because the offset? Wait, what did I do? Yeah, it should be 2, 5, 16. Then half 720. And then this one is 12, 18, right? No. It's half of 10, 19, 20, so 9, 16. Yeah, it's 1, 0. So when this moves to the left, oh, it needs double. It needs double its width, so it's out of the screen because it starts at the right side. Okay, so we take double the size times 2. Put this on a new line. That doesn't help. It's too large. That's fine though. So now it should jump to the right once it reaches the left boundary with its right boundary. And at that point we spawn in the new one. And then we figure out the rotation and the spawning of the other ones. It's basically just a tiling. Basically just a tiling texture. At the end of the day. Why does it take so long to jump? Why does it jump into our face? Instead of jumping to the right side? I'm B crashing. I don't know what that means. But I guess you go to sleep. Have a good night. For front. Have a good night, front. Thanks for stopping by. That's weird. So the distance to the initial position is now the width of the sprite? No, it's not. Oh yeah, now it is. Wait, why is it? Oh, because it's... Oh, because it's scaled, so it doesn't make sense. I wish I was talking about my program. Oh, you're like, is it your energy levels that are crashing? How do I want sleep with my Unisum Bongo? Yeah, go to sleep. Fall asleep to my beautiful voice and the bongoing cats. The Kohari Bongo. I wonder if you can get the scaled width. I guess you would just multiply it. But why does the jump not actually go to the initial position? Is it because the visible rect is actually not the screen? Because it has different dimensions? Because it is scaled in the viewport as well. You know, I could probably look this up very easily to make a tiling texture out of this. Make it roll across the screen. I think there are like many ways to do this, and people have figured this out already a lot. But I don't know why I want to do it myself. They can multiply this as well. But that doesn't change the thing. Wait, does it spawn in the middle when we spawn it? Or does it spawn on the right side? I'm gonna drink some water. Ow. It did spawn in the middle. Didn't. That's weird. Let's remove the clones for now. size X and half size Y, which does work here. The offset doesn't change, right? The offset is still the same. Oh! I mean, I would say it's probably because of the offset, but then again, the initial position is the same. Do I really have to add the offset? Because the offset doesn't calculate any position, it's like a separate value. If I put this into the game as the scene, here, it is on the right side. Maybe I should move the entire thing and just make the sprites jump instead of moving the sprites individually. But then it would move infinitely, which I don't want. Why though? Why is this happening? I kinda want to... we do need to be in the function zone. Right. Let's call it something else, just to make sure we're not doing anything weird. Let's call it turbulence sprite. Okay. A worm. Property of value position with value type of vector 2 and base nil. So turbulence, oh, it's not assigned anymore. Also, I changed my mind. I don't want to call it position initial. I want to call it initial position. Maybe even initial pause. Or start pause. Make it even shorter. Also, by the way, I did talk about the audio music desyncing a bit a couple times, and apparently it's because I'm using the VLC player node in OBS, but I don't know what alternatives there is. What is happening? Why is it so weird? I don't understand why it would start in the middle of it. I think the offset isn't working. So let's just not use the offset. Don't use the offset and just add it to this, which is... what did we say? 960, so 4, 5, 20? 3, 5, 20? No? Wait, was it 920? Wait. 2560 plus... Wait, was it not 920? 960. Wait, wouldn't it be... What just happened? Why did it turn black for a second? What the hell is going on? Yeah, it's desyncing for me. Like, the music is like out of sync because I'm using the audio monitor in OBS, but it's never in sync. It desyncs very, very heavily and very quickly because there's some weird things going on. What is happening? Oh, it's because the scaling is different. If the offset is... If I just said 1000, it should be outside, but it's not. Because of the scaling. No, I need to add half the sprite, not half the... Yeah, half the sprite. Half the sprite upscaled. Maybe that's the reason, because it doesn't adjust for the scaling. Because if I move it back... I don't know, but 0 is on 0, and 2560 is on the right side. Why? What if I just said this one is scaled? Then Guru complains, right? No? Maybe not. And then this one is 1. And then it moves... Why does it move so far now? I don't get it. Maybe don't scale it at all. So we don't scale it. It is currently... If I do 2560, it should be on the right side of the screen. Yeah, it is. That is so weird that it works like that with the scaling. I feel like I should figure this out internally. Like, why does it move further away when I skate it? It doesn't, but it does. It does when I scale the parent. But why is it not working then? Oh my god, I have no idea what's going on. Let's not scale it, see if it works like that. No, it still spawns in the middle. Wait, didn't it spawn correctly, the first one? I'm so confused. Whatever, don't do the offset, I don't care. Don't do the offset, edit the 3, 5, 20. And then... plus... Wait, I have a good idea, or do I? I kind of. Kind of. Now let's test it first. So it shouldn't be this screen size, it should be the sprite size. That's for the deck to 0, it's fine. So we take... The start position will be... why? It has to be on the screen, right? But it's not working. Why would it not be working? I guess it's the screen size X plus half the sprite. Right? So the size X divided by 2. And then it's definitely outside. And then we don't have to work with the offset. But it's clearly not working. So screen size plus half the sprite would be 3520. Yeah, that should work. And then the Y is the same. And then it goes back to the starting position, which would then be okay. When the distance of the position is larger than the starting. Wait. If the distance vector from the current position to the starting position is larger than the vector to the starting position, vector math. I guess it would be the case because it's starting here. No, which is the vector from the starting point points there. But then if it moves over here, it's this vector. So it would be moving the entire width plus the entire size. So it would be the screen width plus the sprite size, which means the screen width plus the sprite size not divided by 2. So this. Jesus. Hello Kohari, hope you're doing well. Hello Hilaria, hope you're doing well too. Thank you, thank you. Hope you had a good weekend and a good start into the week. Sure, that's what I'm gonna. And then, oh god, just have it as one line. We fix it later. Oh god. I just want to see if it works before I figure out the line breaks. Alright. This should work. Well, I said it a lot this stream, but this time for real. Okay, it started in the right place. Hey, it's actually working. Can you believe it? And now we have to figure out the hard part. How to make it work with the clones and the rotations. Oh god, what have I done? Why did I start doing this? So what happens now if I scale it though? Does it work still? I hope so. Because if I scale the parent, all of the child values are automatically correct. Because they are working in locus scale. and the entire thing gets scaled up, which is also why the thing moved. I guess it did make sense. I just thought about it the wrong way. Why does it move so quickly now? And where is it? There you go. Why doesn't it reset? I think if it's diagonal, it might not actually reset correctly. Which doesn't make sense, because, well, it does make a little bit sense, but it doesn't make sense that it doesn't appear anymore. Like, where is it? There you go. Yeah, this one is looping correctly. The problem is that when it goes diagonally, it has a less distance to cross. Which means it will be off screen faster. But why? It always has to take the actual intersection between, like, where it crosses the screen to reset. Can I not just have a point check if it is off screen? I probably can. I probably can. There's a thing inside polygon thing, right? Is inside. Let's see, there was something about this somewhere. I used it before. Polygon has or something. Oh god. Points are inside polygon. Is point in polygon? But is a vector polygon? It should be. It should be. And the point needs to be. Needs to be the end of the sprite. Yeah, I'm humming along the music again, even though I'm heavily desynced, so it doesn't make sense. I need to figure out a way to fix that, because I need the VLC player to actually display the music title and stuff in the Music Player Thing. Ich kann es nicht glauben, dass dieses Spiel von einem süßen Mädchen von Hallo Kohari gemacht wurde, ey. What do you mean by Hallo Kohari? I don't know what that means. Hello Flushy, hello Zetsia, welcome. So what do I do? Let's see. How do I check when a sprite left the screen? Bro. Wait, is it visible on screen? Wow. There's no way. There actually is. That is incredible. I wasted so much time. That's crazy. Visible on screen notifier 2D. Screen exited. That's crazy. Does it have to be a child? attached to your spot. It's crazy. How does it do that? What the hell? On visible on screen notified 2D screen exited. Huh. And then just reset it, so I don't have to do anything? So when it exits the screen, it just starts at the start again. W function name? Yeah, it's very descriptive. We will rename the notifier probably to make it more readable. Where is it? Yeah. That didn't make sense. Because it's definitely still on screen. What is happening? What does the notifier do? I mean, it is working, kind of. I don't know how though. Because it's clearly not notifying when it's off screen. I think it's because of the scaling. Wait, what is this? Oh, I have to scale it to the size of the actual sprite. Wait, what? Why? I think so. So this would be width 1920. Height. Wait, that can't be right. Because it doesn't. Wait, is it? It might be, actually. So this is 960. And then 540. Yeah, interesting. That's cool. Can I had a comment on a recent video, and someone said that there was spoilers in the thumbnail for eugenics. I think they meant the title, but I'm not sure if they were complaining about it or not. Is that like a bot comment? But what do you think about like titles that contain spoilers? Like, for example, today's title for eugenics could be that we are going to time travel today. And that is kind of a big spoiler for the game. But I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Like, if it's a bad thing, I mean, in general. Aren't you anti-spoiler? I don't want to spoil other people. That's not considered spoilers, not to mention that you're already at that part of the game, so you're not spoiling. Yeah, but so if someone sees the video in their recommended feed on YouTube, they didn't ask to be spoiled. Right? Not their fault for just browsing YouTube and then getting flashbanged by a spoiler. I get an ad as soon as I see this. Oh. I know you can't hear me, Keegan, but there are protection methods. Stay protected, chat. Don't get ads. Inform yourself. Wasn't your fault. I think it's pretty bad. Like if it was the thumbnail, but it's not the thumbnail, obviously, because I'm not using spoilers in thumbnails. I'm just using the game art. But if I see a short, like if there's a short in my feed that has a literal manga spoiler for an anime that I haven't watched, or for example, I like Jujutsu Kaisen, right? And I watched the anime. I didn't read the manga, but I did get manga panels as thumbnails in YouTube Shorts that have literal spoilers from the manga, and I think that is horrible. That is like the worst. But I'm not sure about titles. I think titles should be also like obscure enough so that it's only a spoiler if you actually already know. But I don't know. Also, sorry, Keegan, about the ads. But you know, there is things you can do. So use protection. Use protection. Stay safe on the internet. There are ways to protect yourself. This could be out of your control, and again, you're allowed to do that because you reached that part of the story. I mean, if I didn't reach the part of the story, I couldn't spoil other people, Zako. What do you mean by that? You're allowed to spoil other people because you already experienced it? That doesn't make any sense. As long as it's games being spoiled, I'm okay. But if it's an anime or manga, no, that would be a problem. Yeah, it is in my control. The scientist at the beginning literally said you can achieve everything with science, and I quote, even time travel. I mean, it was just an example. It could be anything. But it wasn't even, like, this example that I'm giving didn't even make sense. Because first of all, the comment that said that was talking about the thumbnail, which is nonsensical in the first place. And the title that I had, the only spoiler in that title was that I am in Act 3. So, Act 3 existing is not a title anyway. It's not a spoiler anyway. I don't consider Act 3 existing in the game a spoiler. And I don't usually put, like, specific things in the title anyway. But I was thinking about what do you think. Here's what I mean. If I watch JJK and I reach the culling game, am I not allowed to talk about it? Of course I'm allowed, to just finish watching it. Yeah, you can talk about it on stream. Because people know, oh, he's talking about a spoiler. I can close the stream. That's not my point though. But if you put into your title, oh, I can't believe this person died in the anime I just watched. If that's your title, then yeah, it is your fault. You are spoiling other people. But yeah, that's not my point. I think I will just keep it obscure enough. Rest in peace, Yuji. I don't know if it was a meme. Wasn't there a meme? There was like a very long time meme about Bakugo in My Hero Academia, I think. But people constantly said, I can't believe he died over and over again in every episode or something. Was it Bakugo or was it someone else? I don't remember anymore. You're indeed free to be an asshole to other people and explicitly put a spoiler for everyone to see without them even meaning to. Hello, Alicia. Welcome. I consider not a spoiler titles exist so you can give a brief summary on what the content will be. Even books do this, chapter 6, the betrayal, stuff like that. I guess you do have a point. A little bit. But you also don't find the chapter titles on the book cover. You know what I mean? Like, people aren't just flashing chapter titles to you randomly. It's also very subtle. Like, you don't know who's betraying who. Like, even books don't do that. Like, would be dumb if you read the chapter of a book and you already know what's happening before you even read the chapter. I don't think books do that. But it is a point that you want to convey what is going to happen, but in a way that is subtle enough that you don't actually know what's happening. And I think that pretty much aligns with what I intend to do with the titles as well. But it's kind of difficult as well to walk that line. Cause where we are going today in eugenics is pretty much is easy to spoil, let's just say that. So I'm probably just gonna keep doing the generic titles that I did in the past, where I just say, like, continuing Act 3 or something like that. Progressing through Act 3 will be the title, probably. I was just curious what you guys think, how severe, like, at what point the title becomes a spoiler. Not sure since I've only been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, what was that? Oh, Truth Nuke is TRVK. I see. Also, what was that a reply to regarding JoJo? No one was talking about JoJo. But good to know. I did watch the new JoJo too. The first episode of Steel Ball Run was very nice and enjoyable. Looking forward to the new episodes. Wait, was it already over? It felt like a very self-contained episode. But I hope it's gonna be a full season. I hope so. It felt like a movie already. And I wouldn't even be mad if it was already over. It was such a complete package, like the first episode. It was like a double episode feature. But it felt so self-contained that it might as well be over. But it's not over. I actually know that it's not over. Because I already heard some more things about it. What's happening around here? What are you doing? I am doing... That is a nice term. Doing. What are you doing? What are you doing? We're polishing the new boss phase for Meganom, the boss of the current game. The game is this a game yet? And it's a game about players deciding what the game is with every update. So the game started with just a button. Like, literally just a button and a leaderboard, and people clicked the button to make a number go up. And after that, everything else was decided by the players. So I guess I do make, like, design decisions on how to implement things and how to integrate them into the main game. But the features, like what everything about the game is something a player put on the leaderboard specifically. So I don't make decisions about what the game will be at all. I'll just put in what people tell me to put in based on the leaderboard. We take the top 3 submissions every cycle and the top 2 community favorites. And I'm currently working on this wind effect in the background. Make it scroll across the screen aligned with the turbulence effect of the boss. Which is not working perfectly yet. And I know why, kind of. But that is interesting that this visible on screen notifier is actually working the way it does. I do like that a lot. It's very unfair to you because this is the internet. Why would you believe everything you see in the internet just because someone said something doesn't mean you should immediately believe it? Me with my book cover shows a major death spoiler. Classic. What do you mean about the leaving? Yeah, I don't get how that has anything to do with it. It has everything to do with it. I'm talking specifically about Ari's case as well. How is adding time travel to the title a big spoiler? We're talking about the vague info. Well, I haven't even done it yet. We're talking about vague info. I never said putting a very specific info as a spoiler move. Well, I was talking in general though. I feel like you were already taking that stance before I even specified what it was specifically about. Yeah, and I don't know how the believing things is relevant to the discussion. Well, the comment wasn't even. I think the comment was about anyway. It doesn't have to do it. It didn't have to do with anything. It was just a segue into the topic. Because the comment was talking about the thumbnail, and the thumbnail wasn't even like can't even be a spoiler because I don't put thumbnails of the game content. Do you ever stream on making BGMs using AI? I mean, there's not much to it. It's like the same thing I do for images, but with the music workflow. Didn't I post? I think I posted the. Wait, did I post the workflow in Discord? I think I did. Did I post the music workflow? Let me check. No, I did not. Probably should. I could post it tomorrow. I already kind of refined it. Because I'm using randomizers for like the duration and stuff like that. But yeah, there's not much to it. You just put in the prompt and generate. I guess there's some prompt engineering a little bit. But it's not complicated or anything. Like, it's not more complicated than image generation. It's about the same. I got cheated a bit. I apologize for my tone. It's fine, Zako. But I feel like you need to be a little bit careful that you don't, like, blindly defend your Oshi without thinking about what your actual opinion on it is. Even though I appreciate you being protective, that you know, I appreciate the notion of being protective, but also you should think about your own opinions. Disconnected from your affection to your favorite streamers. leaving the internet thing is an ESL thing. Oh. That's fine. Watch it. There was an explosion. Unfortunately, I got distracted to watch a little bit. So we didn't get too far with the turbulence, and it's already too late. Because the dev section is almost over. So I will commit that as initial turbulence VFX, which I think would replace the particles. And then we go into the break, probably. But I think it looks kinda nice for how little, like for that little thing we did in Dev Studio Paint in like 10 minutes. But figuring out the logic might be slightly more tricky, but I think we figured out. Because the visible on screen notifier is actually working beautifully. We just have to make it align properly with the copies that we want to introduce, and also make sure that the rotation aligns it as well. Let's just commit it as is. I don't have to check too much because we're gonna overhaul it anyway. Let's just say initial turbulence VFX, sprite VFX, commit that, and then go back to just chatting and make it big. Big Kohari. I'm gonna close this. And then close this. And then close this. And then let's see. It was quick. It's already been 3 hours. It's already been 3.5 hours almost. Yeah, it's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Right, but it's not over because we will return. I shall be back in about 20 minutes. 8 PM CET. I'm just gonna grab some dinner. And then we will get back into Mutanics. So see you soon, chat. And for YouTube, everyone watching on YouTube, remember that the stream will go down and then go back up when the new section starts, because YouTube doesn't allow for switching categories and titles and thumbnails during the stream. But the stream on Twitch and Kick will remain, so you can listen to the chill lo-fi on the Be Right Back screen. So see you soon, YouTube. And see you soon, chat in general. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here so far. And Eugenic continues in 20 minutes. Or 25, 23, 23 minutes.